Baba, if that was true, Baba acknowledged to it that yes, that the lawyers stood in front of him and tell him that Wunmi is not going to do that DNA.
No problem.
Even lawyer they bully. Lawyer they bully.
They think that they should write. Hold on, guys. What I think, hold on. Adama, what I think they should do is that the lawyer should write a letter to Baba's lawyer telling him the reasons why Wunmi will not do that DNA. Because you cannot go to the police station and tell Baba that Wunmi is not going to do the DNA. Who the hell are you? Is he your child? That lawyer, is he? In short, sometimes I always feel like, why didn't I even read? If I read law, now me go down Nigeria, go represent Baba.
Maybe you for the chop money now, because those one money they chop now. Now
I chop money, I go do it for free, self. I will do it for charity.
She's been quiet all this while. She was literally waiting for the result of the autopsy. As soon as this thing came out, she went straight to Sahara.
Listen, as women in this live show now, we are 222 here. Please, Ejo, let me speak Yoruba. Ejo, please, listen. What is the issue with you doing a DNA? Even yesterday, Dr. Kemi spoke about this DNA issue. What is the matter? What is the issue? You, Wunmi, if you claim that Mohbad disflowered you, if you claim that he was your first love, if you claim that you loved him, if you claim that he's the love of your life, why can't you do this DNA for your own sanity?
Not only yesterday, Dr. Kemi have been saying something about the DNA. It's not only yesterday. He have said it right from the onset.
Someone died in the house. She didn't bother to call the police. She was right there. They embalmed this guy. And you're blaming the father of the child. I don't understand. Like, you're literally blaming this man. You went to Sahara to he was the man. Okay, if this man had not taken the corpse away, what would have happened? They will leave him in the house. They want
the man to carry the corpse to his house. They want the Baba to carry the corpse to his house and do suya.
So what exactly?
Stupid bunch of people.
Wunmi has the mind to lie that he was not in the ambulance with Baba and the others to go to the police station. She said she was not there. She did not follow them when they were walking with the coffee to go to the police station.
Jesus is Lord.
Do you know?
I'm tired. Just like a moment he's getting tired.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, house. Good afternoon, house. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Honestly, since that corona inquest, I cried that day. I said, now, wow. So, pathology result don't turn to INEC results. We get the thought say the thing no dey certain. I mean,
Nigeria you go here.
Whether now the matter is so glaring. We are going to rerun that test. Wamashi test here, pada.
What me I just this one self. Now for the better part.
What me I see for this matter? What me I see for this matter? And MLH have said it. It's so glaring that they're just trying to avoid Wunmi out of this matter. But Kojo, some big weights are behind Wunmi. That is why Oriyomi Hamzat stepped down because of a day like this. Are you guys surprised about the result? Everybody saw this fake result coming. Everybody saw it.
Me, I'm not surprised. I won't lie to you.
I'm not surprised.
Right from the one, I know nothing. Even the DNA, everything.
I'm not surprised.
People thinking they will say there was.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about the whole thing. But what got me angry is for them to come and tell us that the result is not what killed him was not ascertained, because they have been with that this thing for a long time. For them to come and so that means they are dons. Hospital that they said they took this thing to go and do in America. We don't know the hospital.
Look, I didn't supposed
they are
to
just
share
beating around the bush.
Are they not supposed to share the result of the autopsy with
I know what they are doing.
So at least we don't know what they are doing. The hospital, right? Because me, I don't think they did anything. Trust me. They only
Some
used
people
don't do
said, I
anything.
was on a platform yesterday. Some people said immediately when they said they take the sample to America or so.
Yeah.
Some people said they called.
Yeah,
They
that
said
said
there
there
was
was
nothing
nothing
like
like
that.
that. Yeah.
There was nothing
I
like
don't
that.
think they did any
So at
test,
the
to
end
be
of the day, they
honest.
said they did it in Nigeria, Lagos State Hospital, Loot. So we don't really know.
Eh.
And I will expect
Can you,
more Mobat's lawyer, the son, to request for a copy of that
God
because
bless you,
they
my
have the
sister,
right to request a copy.
MHL. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Where is Mobat's lawyer? This is where we need Mobat's lawyer.
As
If
a
not
matter
that,
of fact, when you go to courtroom, this is what they do. Before they would, share that kind of information, they will give who they representing, who the counsel, like a copy of the report that they're looking to, to share on that day. Why haven't they shared that copy of the report?
No, they said it was given to them. I think after the inquest or so.
Okay, well, the name of the hospital will be on it then. Will be
Hey.
on it. Because I do not, to be honest, I
oh,
don't trust that result. I do not trust it at all.
No. Anything done in Nigeria when it's something of this criminal act, I don't trust them.
Decompose. What decompose? Look at the body. That body was still fresh when they exhumed it. There was nothing. Everything was
the
intact.
tattoo is showing. The
Exactly.
tattoo on the body is still there.
It
What
looked
they can read for us, at least they can see
You know
they
what
saw
they
the
did? You know what they did? They could count all the tattoo, but they cannot find what killed
Yes,
Mohbad.
they could be able to. Even the skin did not go off. Oh.
Toxicology people.
The skin did not go off. They saw the tattoo written on his
even
hand.
if they don't know what killed him, at least the
There was even reading meanings.
share.
According to the pathologist, he even read meanings to the tattoo.
Well,
I don't
is
know
that what
what
they
that
asked him
got
to
to
do?
do with
That's
Can
not
you
part of his
imagine?
work.
case.
That's not part of his work.
But the thing is that what has how did I speak this English again? What has tattoo got to do with what killed
Yeah, I
Mohbad?
said I'm even scared. I said I will even
You
go and
won't
ask
want
my
to know
doctor
the
that I
amount
have
of
tattoo
tattoo
from my
Mohbad
doctor.
had. That is
Not
not
to
what
give
we
effect
want.
of this tattoo in case
Are they
anything
looking at the
happens.
physical body or
It
internal?
was
What's
so
happening
full
there?
of heaven.
Nothing.
Huh? Look, the
What
least
has tattoo
information
got
that
to
they
do
could
with what
share.
killed Mohbad? We are
Let
asking
me
what
even
killed
say
Mohbad.
this.
You are coming to read the names
Queen of
on
energy.
Mohbad's body for
Queen
what?
of
What is
energy.
tattoo because of tattoo?
Queen of energy. Let me even say
It
this.
has
Queen of
meaning,
energy.
probably whether it's belonging to anything. I said, what is it the what it
Slay.
belongs to? Is it the tattoo that
Slay.
killed him?
Slay. The least
Wait.
information that they could share with everybody on that day. Peradventure, they didn't see anything like the result was inconclusive. They should at least tell us the day this guy died, the day, the time. They can
No, they
withhold
didn't even say
everything.
it. They didn't
Oh,
That's
say
what
it.
I'm
they did
saying.
not
I
say
said
that
the
one
least
too.
information. If they can't find
But
anything, the
the
least
second one.
information. So even the autopsy cannot reveal the day and time this guy died
No.
Uh-huh.
on. Oh,
Uh-huh.
them,
Nigeria, my country.
them.
Now try
I
you.
give up,
GG.
man.
In this country, they will exhume skeleton bones. They can
Exactly.
tell you the
Bones,
time,
ordinary
the
bones. They'll
day.
tell you,
They'll
yeah,
tell you approximately the time the person died, the day the person
yeah.
died. Talk less of Mohbad.
Just like the
Mohbad's body
same way
wasn't even
when
a
one is
skeleton.
pregnant. Just like the same way when one is pregnant, they will tell you you might put to best so time or before
Exactly.
this.
Estimate.
That's the same thing.
Plus or minus 4 weeks.
It might not on the very day. It's not like it's accurate on the date. Sometimes it might be a day before. Sometimes it might be a week after or 2 weeks after.
Hello, my sisters. Kemi Onu lawyer have said everything. She said even the corona inquest too is a scam.
Honestly.
It's just a way to
Delay
waste our
tactics.
time
Yeah,
because they
they're
are
using it
wasting
for
our
delay
time.
tactics.
They are wasting our time. Okay, now, so what did lawyer Falana going to say about this issue now? Because I think he too is fighting for justice for Mohbad. He should come out and say something about this thing.
Which of the
But
justice
now,
is coming?
it's so glaring that he's fighting for Wunmi and Liam. They
You
are
should
not
have
fighting
not
for
right from
justice
the
for
one.
Mohbad.
Right from the one. He's fighting for Wunmi, not justice.
No, that is what I'm trying to say now. That since the matter is like this, because okay, look, like what the sister
Why is
said.
there a
The sister
name?
said
No, somebody
that
said they
Wunmi should
share it.
not.
York Daddy. Hold on, Miss, my sister. York Daddy.
Okay.
Somebody has sent requests. Bring them up, please. Is York
The
Daddy
sister
there?
said. Oh, okay. The sister
Carry on,
said
carry on.
The sister said that we should not be deceived. That Lawyer Falana is still handling Wumi's case, but
Right
we
from the
thought
why
he has
even the lawyer
withdrawn.
Falana said he's handling, he's stepping out of the case. I know it's not true. Yeah, I know that one was not true. He's just trying to cover
But
up.
what I will just advise our legal team: Wunmi no come play. Wunmi no come play. So anyhow they want to do it, they should do it and let us
One thing we should
make
pray
nobody
for.
make them not sleep on this matter. All those their
One thing we should pray
fight.
for.
All
One
this
thing we should
our
pray
good
for.
people they go dey fight. We no want that rubbish.
If the justice is not come
Hold on.
this way,
Let me tell you something, ladies.
if
Let me tell you
justice will
something.
come, that's just my own.
Hold on, Slade. Yeah, it's not Wunmi that hasn't come to play. Wunmi no get any shishi. Now people where they behind her, they do all this foolishness.
The sister said
You
she was the
understand?
one who introduced the Falana to her.
It is not her. Which power does she have?
She's the one that I'm sending the same message to their
They
team
are
because
putting
they are
her
the
in
one
front.
pushing
They
her.
are just putting her
They are
in
the
front.
one
She's
giving
not
us
the
this
one.
narrative. No,
Yeah.
you don't get me. She's not the one, but them two, they're not playing. So we too, we should not play in our own end. We don't want to hear all those accountability, transparency. We don't want that nonsense again. Thank God that we have concluded everything, that there is no group again. We don't want group, we don't want team. Let the legal team work and let us see what will come out of it. Affecting me more, affect group because these people are not playing. Even as we are talking, they are screen recording us. They are knowing what we have in the kitchen.
They should
People are not coming. They are not coming to play.
because if Mohbad did not get justice through the law, it will get divine justice. We all test it. They will all test it one way or the other. They will all test it. It's just a matter of time, patience.
Yes, Amen is laughing at me.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Sorry.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I just thought to share my own thought on the toxicology result. I keep picking on that what do you call that part, superficial stuff that they brought out. For them to be able to bring out a 1.6 centimeter, it means there is a deep cut that might have, punctured through the vein. Yesterday, I now checked. I saw one of this lady's messages, Kemi Olunloyo. She said, as of 2023, they brought out the first autopsy result that was read, said that there was a laceration on Mohbad's neck. So what they're saying is not in this current toxicology result. Meanwhile, before I even saw that, I was just giving my opinion, suggestion on Paparano's page when the toxicology result was read. And I said something, a 1.6 centimeter is a deep cut that needs a stitch. So definitely there is a big cut somewhere. And it can't even be that one on the arm that they are showing us. The forearm of that picture shows that wound is whole. And you're saying it was done that same day or in less than 72 hours. It cannot even be closed the way it is closed. That's a big wound. A 1.6 centimeter. Anybody can Google picture. Just go on Google. Check 1.6 centimeter injury. Go to the image. Then it will show you. Then look at Mohbad's hand and check if you have seen anything wide as 1.6 or anything deep as 1.6 at that forearm. That's going to prove to you that there was some kind of injury somewhere that they don't want to release yet because they know there's something wrong. And facing the blood part of the bed at a particular person's wall, I saw where they zoomed in where the blood, was on the duvet and on his head. And then that's why I was able to relate it. I said it could be at the carotid side that it was stabbed. If we look at that video where that boy was screaming, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead. Did anybody ask themselves that why was he putting his hand so tight on Mohbad's neck? It could be that they've already covered that part where they punctured and he had to use his elbow to hold tight so that line would not show. Turning his head to the other side in the casket is also more like a sign that was where he was stabbed. But by the time people want to see the body, we all know that people have been to burial site. When they want to bury someone, everybody wants to pay their last respects by looking at the corpse for the last time. turning his head, I don't think they broke the head. So that part where they were saying broke, it's possible that the neck wasn't broken. They only turned the head to cover that part where he was punctured.
But the man said, the pathologist said there was nothing like that now.
That's what I'm saying. The pathologist
to go and bring he saw a Bristol, because they can't judge Bristol and a calabash pot in the court of law.
Yeah, no. You're not getting. I'm saying that people's argument has been that Baba Mohbad broke the neck, right? And I'm saying even the toxicology results came out and said the neck wasn't broken. But I'm trying to say that for the neck to have been bent to that side, it's still the same angle of where the puncture might have been. Do you understand? I'm just trying to, think outside the box. Why was his head bent to the other side? It could be because, not just because the box is small, but because they want to cover up where was, stabbed. We still have.
They also broke his leg, his leg. Sorry, please. They said they broke his leg too.
They said there was no fracture or a broken bone in the toxicology result.
They are lying. They are lying. What
Even the one you are just explaining, is it not the same thing? That probably they covered the star place. That was the reason why they bent his neck. But I wish they examined it very well. Probably they did. They are reading another result for us. We don't know.
Yeah.
They could have seen it.
Or they are not reading the old results. Like some people have been saying that even the people who were there said that they didn't show the head part. They showed only the down part. So definitely, why are you not showing the head part? Because it could be there. And from that picture of his ham showing where Mohbad was on a purple video with white flower stuff, and I think like a photo was under, you will notice some person zoomed in the picture the day they were doing some analysis. There was blood by Mohbad's hair side. Like
they said blood is water, is mud. That the rain fell very well.
This is grave site. I'm not talking of grave. Please pay attention. I'm talking of the house. The picture. There is a stab on his palm. On his palm. There is a stab on his palm. I'm talking of the picture.
Hold okay.
On, please, picture what I'm saying. I'm talking of the picture. The picture, that's before the burial. This was in the house. There's a purple bed sheet, a purple duvet, which everybody have been like, oh, that's going to be maybe where Baba Mohbad said there was a native, like a normal native Ankara duvet. That's the purple duvet that has a floral, pattern. And there's something like a four under. If you look at the video, you look at the picture, it's like they readjusted him again, Seth. When I looked at the video, it was like he was readjusted.
Hold on, speaker, please, 1 second. I'm a bit lost here. So, are you trying to tell me that they took a picture of Mohbad being in the house dead?
Yes.
Did they? I've not seen that one. No.
Hold on. That's the picture. You've seen a video of his hand that they've been moving, right?
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one, yes.
Yes. So there was a picture. I don't know the group I was on when they were analyzing it. They zoomed in that picture. That same picture, that same part of his hand, it was on top of the bed, on that purple and kidney duvet. Under that part of his head, you will see a black shade. That's like a blood print. Then at his ear side, close to his ear, I think maybe he had a dyed hair or something. Close to his head side, you will see red blood stain.
Yeah, but that picture you're talking about of his hand moving, how did they get to the head? Because that picture is only the hand that they showed. I didn't know.
Picture is different from video. Video is where you see hand move. Picture, you won't see hand move. I'm telling you now that I'm giving you a description of the kind of picture I am talking about. I'm talking about the picture that there is blood stain. Try and get it.
I've not seen it though. I've not seen it before.
Well, maybe you need to zoom in if you have that picture. Zoom in to the head side because the picture showed where the blood sign is on the hair. You will see a blood stain by the ear side. You understand? So when the technology came out, that was when I was able to okay, could it be that this stab was must have happened by the carotid side? That's where you have that pulse, you have the vein, the artery vein on the neck. It could be that, this stab must have happened there and that caused him to lose blood. You understand me? And anybody can lose blood in less than 5 minutes. And when they are losing blood, they'll be jerking and all that. They will pass out. Yes.
Okay.
You would have a shock in the brain. And I'm thinking that's where they were trying to put in the toxicology result that something relating to some kind of shock.
Epileptic shock.
Yes. So they are trying to have that and that. Do you get what I'm saying?
But
So
they said electric shock. What caused it? There should be a cause, isn't it?
that's what I'm saying. When you lose blood, when you're losing blood supply is when it's coming out. When you're losing blood supply, you have shock because there's no supply to the brain.
Yeah, I know. So what caused that blood supply? They should be doing they should be telling us all these things. The person cannot just be losing.
I say Mohbad call the same period now. I make I can't get shock.
No, I don't get. But blood supply is in your body. You have a blood supply from your heart. Blood is going around. Do you understand? Your artery, your vein are the supplies to your blood, the one that is taking out the blood and filtrating. You have it in your blood.
What happened that make him to be losing blood? That is at least they could have stated it.
Stated what, please?
Now, what led to the bleeding profusely we heard?
That's what I'm telling you. Are you getting me? I'm saying that they will not tell you because that means the whole story, the full toxicology result is not being given. I'm only just trying to give an analysis.
Yes, I understand you. Are we still expecting another result to be another result from them? Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't go to the court of law, but from what I understood by what I heard that they were reading, definitely you can now go make another test and finish up the results. It's just like when somebody does HIV test result or malaria test, right? And the result comes out saying undecidable. They can't say if you have malaria, you don't have malaria. You need to go further and check to your certain that, this person has HIV and this person doesn't have HIV. Do you get me now? Yeah. Because the results said undefined. They couldn't ascertain the death.
That's right.
The thing not clear.
you say right. Which part is not clear? Let me just.
Not the one you use. Not what you just explained. The toxicology report that they brought in court. That's what I'm saying. It's not clear.
Yeah. So they definitely. So it's something that. And you made a statement that it's like they balance everybody. I looked at it. I said yes, and I agreed with you because when I was listening to the old submission, the old testimony, I was telling myself that this toxicology results, they are trying to balance everybody. Mm-hmm. Just like maybe this one is
they don't want to pin it from any for anyone.
Yes, this one is crying for apple. If I give this one apple, orange will confess. So let me just give everybody equal.
Yes.
And let me show you the picture.
Everybody now say they are no more fighting for the cause. But who is really interested and truly after the justice would say...
Okay, so somebody has the picture there. Who is that?
You keep by sword, we still go by sword.
I'm light. Yes, her name and put light in big screen. Let's see something. Oh, light there.
You expect it. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but she won't go scot-free.
Okay. Network.
Okay.
Please,
yes,
zoom it. Let's see. Zoom. Okay.
No, not
okay.
The hand.
No, the hand. Okay, zoom back. Zoom in. Because I can see something over there at the head there.
In the head side, yeah.
That head side there, yeah. No. There. At the right hand, yeah, there.
Yes.
Zoom okay.
In, zoom that part. You can zoom it. It will come up.
Not the hand. Zoom that part. That part.
No, don't touch the hand. Touch that red part you're seeing. Then zoom. It will come out.
I think that's all she can zoom in.
Okay, yes. Keep zooming, then try and scroll down.
Okay, so that part is his head part coming that yes, side, isn't
definitely.
It?
Definitely, yes. So even if it is, let's now. Okay, now go back to the ham. If you're even going to say it is the ham, please zoom back to the ham. If you're going to say it's that foreham, that foreham should be fresh. You should have blood still coming out or a fluid coming out. But do you have any fluid on it? No.
It's even dried up now.
Thank you. That's why I'm saying that picture, that wound is old. It's not even a fresh wound. And they said it's a 1.6 centimeter. Can you please Google 1.6 centimeter and show everyone on Google just the image of 1.6 centimeter wound? A 1.6 centimeter wound, some of them need a stitch. So where did the toxicology get 1.6 centimeter?
Nigeria University, they forget and carry come give.
So you see
Because
that
that one is not the one they gave them from America. So the one they read for us is from Nigeria.
yeah. So you see that all these things have already happened. But something again that crossed my mind when I looked at that video, it was like a daytime. And it was like some person was still standing kind of outside. In my head, I'm like, could it be? Because when they read the other CTC, they said they were looking for taxi. They ran out to look for a taxi. I said, don't they have Uber? Don't you have Taxify on your phone that you have to go out and look for Kabu Kabu? Who still does taxi Kabu Kabu in 20?
He said it's one of their neighbor.
No,
What
before
was the name
neighbor.
of that neighbor?
Hold
You see,
on. It's before neighbor. Before they could contact neighbor. The statement was whether Adura or Wu ran outside to look for taxi. And in my head, I'm like, while they were reading it, I'm like, who doesn't have Uber app among all about 10 people in that compound or in that house? None of them have Uber app. None of them have.
Even if you don't have, you can quickly download it, my dear. How long does it take to download?
Thank you. So they said they rushed out. That's to tell you the timing that they were trying to defend themselves when the death was taking place. You understand? They were trying to make an excuse for that. Oh, I rushed out.
First Peter, they took him. I think they said they came with a car. The car that brought Mo was without a number.
No, hold on. Yeah, please. I'm saying my own, what I have in my head, right? And what I read from what they said from the CTC. I'm only talking based on that and what I've seen. And, I'm adding 1 and 2 and trying to see anyone is thinking that way, right? So first, I'm going by the CTC, their testimony. You understand? I'm not contradicting their testimony. I don't, want to say out of what they said. So either Adura or Wu ran out for taxi. The wife, the acclaimed wife, went to the neighbor to scream out for this thing. But then Mohbad has a car, right? Where was the car? So are they saying none of them could drive? After a long while, because if you had to assess it, it's going to make more like it took them like almost 1 hour. You understand? It took them like almost 1 hour before they could get a car from the neighbor. Then they claimed there was a driver. Someone said something that they were analyzing, which I agree with the person. The owner of car would not release key to anybody, because then how were you able to hire a driver at that moment? How?
I was just about to ask who was the driver before you said this. What you said.
How could you have?
They took him with a bike, or it was when people were now saying that there's no bike that walks.
Ma'am, you are jumping it. This before bike. According to their story, you need to follow up. This before bike. Bike was when they were already inside the cab. According to what they claimed, they were already driving. The driver touched.
So we need what she's saying now, Slay, is that driver, we need to know who that driver is.
Now, where what comes to driver?
So that's to let you understand. What I'm trying to now say is this: that definitely, even from the car, when it was even analyzed, Mohbad's car, there's a brown whatever. You understand? That car they still used to announce Mohbad was dead is actually Mohbad's car. They still drove at the end of the day.
I think somebody did an analysis on that thing. You could see that it's Mohbad's car.
Penny Omologo did it. So it was still Mohbad's car, because I checked again. I now saw the video of Mohbad days when he was still alive inside
the same car. Yeah.
The same car. So if you look at the video of the guy screaming, there was someone at the driver's side who did the recording of the guy. So it was like a pre-plan. Oh, come inside. That's why I'm trying to make you understand.
The person who did the recording is sitting next to the driver, because you could see the position
from the angle. If you look at the position
from that angle, Yes. So there was somebody who was sitting next to the driver, the passenger seat, who did that recording.
So, and the car, according to the CTC, the self-acclaimed wife claimed she was at the front seat. There she shot herself though, with the nurse. But you can't be at the front seat with someone else and you get such an angle of recording. One person must be in front. Even when one person is in front, when you're getting a recording like that, there's a way you bend. Now you're claiming you're two. How did you have that space to do the recording?
Maybe this. I don't know if they create a car with 3-seater in front too. I don't know. Because me, I know it's 2-seaters.
So what I'm trying to now, what across my head was that
The guy,
could it be?
the guy that Wunmi is using special. You can see the ones that have three.
So what crossed my head was, could it be that they hadn't even gone far? They were down off their street, and they made
They didn't even move the car, my dear. That car was not moved.
They moved a bit. It wasn't like a normal movement. If you look at the car, it wasn't. You will see someone standing. You will see some people, and it was at daytime they did that stuff. You know, either in the morning or broad afternoon, but it wasn't evening because the light reflection. If you look at that video, because I watched the video, I was just watching that video. That it was daytime. That was the hours they were buying. So at that moment, I'm like, the video, the way they recorded, and some person quickly cut it like, don't overact. You will see the video was cut. Then in the Tony Omologo's video, when I backdate, I was just searching for videos. It will come up with people's handle and all that. There was another handle too on, I think Instagram or Facebook. I tried TikTok. I tried opening that person's page, but I cannot go back to last year. So I just ignored it. It's all under Google if you're going to search. But that is if they don't go clear it. I don't know. Oh. So I checked again and I'm like, this video, looking at it, that one showed that there was a cut somewhere because Tenny made a video saying, look at the side where one of these boys are screaming is dead. In that video, you see a blood by the neck side. Towards the neck side. Yes, the hand side, you see someone's hand was closed, shouting, he's dead, he's dead. The blood mark was showing. So then I was not thinking, I said it could be that they padded that part.
Let me just come in a little bit. Guys. Please, let me just come a little bit.
Adama, let her land first. Okay. Let her quickly land, yeah.
Thank you. So in my head, and I'm like, why would you be screaming someone? That was the part that people were saying, Mohbad nodded his head. The pressure the guy applied on the neck. In my head, when I was watching the video, why is your hand on that place? He didn't move that hand. That hand was just there while he was screaming and crying. If you're really sober, you should be, scattered. You shouldn't protect a certain area with all might. So it was showing that there was all might towards that neck chest level. I'm just trying to, think outside the box. These are signs. And with 1.6 centimeter that they brought from the toxicology results says that there is a deep wound somewhere where he must have bled profusely. But they are not giving us that exact place. So that's why I'm just, I said, let me bring up this up.
Now we can all agree that the police did a very shady job because what you've just explained, what we've just, spoke about here now, about somebody sitting in front doing a video, somebody sitting and watching. Is it not about time they collect all those people their phone?
Definitely.
That will tell us exactly who were there, who did that recording, what happened, and all that. You can see that everything is just messed up.
Are they willing to do that? That is where the problem is.
No, to be honest with you, I won't say everything is messed up because that's why when earlier on there was this lady that Chef T or something made a very dumb assumption. I'm sorry, but I need to call it a dumb assumption, saying you don't listen to people's testimony. You come with evidence and fact. The evidence are everywhere. Just like the picture we zoomed in. That's an evidence. Why is there blood in that place? That's in the house. And that's the dude that the Baba Mohbad claimed that he had seen. Even the Mama Mohbad sister claimed that she had seen. Then again, and I'm like, and she was like, you don't listen. I had to use the R. Kelly as a reference that R. Kelly, it was verbal testimony that was used against him. So if people are coming out with their own point saying, I was there, this was what happened, you don't say those people are lying and the person you're trying to defend is saying the truth. If you go back to the video of Mama Mohbad, during the period they had the coroner inquest, I'm sorry, that was about the period I started even I took interest because I was live on, I think, the Westo stuff. And when I was listening to the Westo, I heard they were arresting people. So that got me interested, intrigued that what's happening. You understand? If you want justice, things shouldn't be happening this way. We all are fighting for killer. You understand? We shouldn't be showing who has more power. So that's when I had more interest. So I think the next day, everybody were now like saying something like, oh, the new sun came up and they feel the pressure of the sun must have affected. Mama Mohbad came out the next day or 2 days after to cry out to the world. But the bloggers brought out just few minutes of the video. But luckily, I found a full 5-minute plus video on one UK blogger's page then. And I listened. And around 2 minutes plus, that was when Mama Mohbad dropped that voice call. Josie Oronyo Kolo Mohbad pa. I'm talking according to what I've seen. Gun pa. So you know, okay, this is what happened. Why is this person not arrested to testify to this word that was said? That means there was a stab. Which they still cannot remove. And that stab is that 1.6 centimeter. I'll keep holding that 1.6 centimeter because they for no common 1.6 centimeter. 1.6 centimeter. Please, as anybody Googled it and put it on screen for people to see 1.6 centimeter wound.
Let me see what I can Google. 1.6 waiting
centimeters. According to when I was listening to what I read, they said they were reading it. They said 1.6 centimeter deep. But some people in the comment section were arguing, no, it's 1.6 centimeter wide. Wide, deep, 1.6 centimeter. Mohbad, that hand can never give you 1.6. And even if it's 1.6, it will not be blocked. It will not be old. It will be a fresh wound. A very good fresh wound.
Okay, so it's 1.6 centimeter. These are the images I'm getting. It's very long though.
Thank you.
Just very, very long.
Let people just analyze it and see.
Let me see if I can show it.
So I just feel sometimes that when these other people are coming to talk, ask them, because when I was going to come up, the girl was screaming, I'm not going to banter. I just wanted to just let you know, you don't go telling people that they shouldn't say people's testimony can't count.
So this is 1.6 centimeter with a ruler here. You see how long it is?
Thank you.
Yeah. And you can see they've used a bottom like a house, you know, the bottom of it. Look at how long it is.
In short, just put 1.6 centimeter wound, W-O-U-N-D, wound, injury. Okay. Let's deal with the injury because people will tell you it's not the house they are talking about, it's the wound. Give them the 1.6.
This is what I'm seeing.
Wound, injury.
Yeah, that's what I Googled. Okay, let me put the injury.
If you see it, it will even come out. When I even had to read about it.
I've seen it, yeah. So this is it. Let me bring out images. So this is 1.6 centimeter wound.
Okay. I've not even zoomed in. It's already showing how visible it is.
Yeah, so this is it.
With Mohbad's wound.
Yeah.
And that's in the palm, I guess.
Yeah. So this is it.
If you even Google, you will see how deep the kind of cut it is.
Okay, so if it's a leg, this is what they're showing me here. How deep it is. You can see with the red thing. So that's how deep it is. Yeah.
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 So you can see if you even do 1.6 centimeter stab wound, you will see it that it will need a stitch. People are saying no, not deep. Okay, now look at the width, how wide it will be. It's not any of that thing at the forearm. So there they shot themselves. They should have Googled themselves that what is 1.6 or call a doctor. What is 1.6 centimeter wound? How big will it be? Can you put this? So you see that their addition and subtraction is 0. They fucked up there. So that's why I'm sure they were saying that toxicology is, error. They have to bring out the main one. And if we go back, Punch, they released a result then saying, they said they didn't open it. The police received the result and they were taking it back and they don't understand what was sent. There's no how they abroad will do tests. They wrote in English. They did not write in Arabic. I'm sorry to the, Islamic or Arabic people. Sorry, people who speak Arabic. They don't write in Latin language that you will not understand.
It was in English. So they already got the real result if it is in abroad. And if you have watched DNA results, as in DNA stuff, you can later check your TikTok on DNA stuff. Any lawyer, anybody who is reading any result like that, you read where it was done, location, because you will say this result was brought out by these people, because you're giving a legit result at so time, and this was what was gotten at so date, and you give a credible result. But none of that was said while they were reading it. So you see so many things, loopholes that they didn't cover. In short, not even loop. Nah, conga holes, very big.
Can I say something?
Anyway, that's all I just came to just, open everyone's eyes to.
That DNA, that toxicology result, let's just ignore that result. That result is fake. That's a test result. They just wanted to test us to see if they try to manipulate, if we can accept their manipulation. That's why they brought out that one that says inconclusive. They want to see if they now bring out the manipulated result they have manipulated, if they bring it out, if we can accept it. That's why they bring this one first. Once we accept this one, they will not have the mind to bring the manipulated one. But they think this is the time, this 2024, we are dumb again. They've forgotten our great-grandfather's time has passed. Everything there for internet, even if you are not a medical person, you can chat. They've forgotten that one. They are just trying to cover up. They even want to remove the nurse. Wunmi say Mohbad did not like hospital. Okay, but there is a pharmacy closer to that place, right? Because that's the same pharmacy they went out to go and buy medication when the nurse came in. According to them, the nurse went with DJ Bami to go and buy some medicine again. So why didn't you guys take him to that pharmacy before calling a nurse that is staying in Cotonou? Why didn't you take him to that pharmacy, that particular pharmacy, since he did not want hospital? Since he did not like to go to the hospital, why didn't you guys take him to that pharmacy to clean the wound that you guys said he sustained? These people think we are dumb. They think they can play with us like this.
Why is yes and amen? She was about to play something. Sorry, Adama. Can she come up, please?
Let them continue to be hiding the nose first. Because they have already seen the example to Prime Boy. They tried to shift it on Prime Boy. Prime Boy faja for them. So now they are afraid to shift it again on the nose. So that's why they are trying to find a way to cover the nose so that nobody will be... So the nose will not come and faja her own. Let them continue first. They are playing.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you. Good afternoon.
Okay. Please, I just want to give my submission on something. What I think is, instead of us to keep analyzing what has happened in the past, I think we should be talking about the way forward. And for me, I think what happened in the inquest, the reasons why the pathology just came and gave that interpretation was because we didn't have our own pathologists to be there. Because the way we were told, what we heard was the way the pathologists read out that result. That is not a professional way of interpreting an autopsy and toxicology result. And the head was not displayed. So it automatically means the result was not well interpreted and it wasn't complete. Now, if they are saying the result is inconclusive, they can't tell us what happened to Mohbad. From what they said, they talked about shock. There are different types of shock. The pathologist did not even tell us the kind of shock. If you come and say somebody had a shock, because for them to have written that, they are sure there was a shock. So you should tell us what kind of shock are you talking about? And as for the wound, of course, that wound is a deep wound. Let's say if we narrow it down to maybe there was a poisonous knife that was used in stabbing him, of which science may not be able to detect that. Now, did they cut the part of that body? Where is the sample that was taken from there to do a histological testing for us to know if there was something that was wrong in that place, if it was infected. Maybe he had an injury because he wasn't treated on time, that place was infected. Now that all of that is being said and done, and they are giving us that result, why don't Baba's lawyer or team try to get a pathologist as soon as possible? If possible, go to the morgue to go and see the state of Mohbad's body. From seeing the state of Mohbad's body, they can brief him on so many other things. Then when he's giving that result, he can read, interpret, and he will be able to ask questions. Because I believe if we had a pathologist there with them in the inquest, some of those things the pathologist from the government was saying, those trash he or she was saying, they wouldn't tell it to us like that. But because there was nobody to counter, nobody to...
Hello, sorry, sorry. I don't do this. That's not it is done. If you listen to our lead counsel, he said they've applied for the result. They will go out there and read. And he was asking the question, according to what he said. When we need to see it ourselves, digest it, come back. I'm not being aggressive, sorry. When you now go back to the inquest and cross-examine these guys, it's not that they just read it in and the pathologist will just, no, our own pathologist, he's not a testifier. You understand? So when we get the result, when the court, because we need to apply, and I guess they've applied, once we applied for it, then you read it just how we apply for the CTC that we're all reading for the past few days now. What we do, we get the results that they projected 2 days yesterday. Then we go out there, and our lead counsel and the pathologist they want to hire, we now read it and say, okay, now it's not time for you to cross-examine the pathologist that came to the inquest. That's why he's done. The pathologist is not a testifier, so he can't just come and be saying and be asking questions. It doesn't work that way. Thank you.
So how about the pathologist going to see the body?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. Good evening. Wherever. I appreciate all the panelists that have contributed and the ones that will be giving their contributions in different angles and perspectives. The commenters, I throw my salute. You are really doing well. On the issue of the pathologist, as Laide have just said, the pathologist only came to give his own narrative. He might decide not to say, there might be 1 to 10, he might decide to say 1, 2. But when it comes for cross-examining, he will be forced to speak even more than 10 and 20, because so many things will be asked from him to divulge. Every information, right from the onset, will be needed from him. And from the little time the pathologist spent in giving the narrative, which some of us may not keen to, he said, and he concluded, let me put it that way, that the cause of death of Mohbad is uncertain. Uncertain in this then that they cannot really say this is what killed the boy. He gave explanation on 3 medications they discover in the body: paracetamol, caffeine, and 1 other substance. He said the paracetamol is normal within range, the caffeine is normal within range, but the 3rd one is a bit higher, but that is not seen to be a cause of death, and that one cannot even cause any death. So in the area of medication, he was able to give his stories on that. And as to respond to what my sister just said on the wound, Well, they display certain wound to us, which is very, very minute. It's like a small mark. Despite the peeling of the outer layer of the skin, we were able to see there that so-called injury doesn't look like it was stabbed in the hand as they try to rope someone in. But the most worrisome thing that the pathologist said, the most, should I say, annoying and the most uncomfortable statement he made was that Mohbad's head was bent but not broken. His head was bent but not broken. If a stiff head was bent, a stiff head, someone who has died for more than 24 hours or thereabout, and they were able to bend the neck in the casket, how could they bend a stiff neck without getting it broken? That's a question for him, which I'm sure the lawyers will be ready to ask. And most importantly, coroner inquest is an open fact-finding legal sitting in which even the audience are allowed to ask questions. Some questions will be there, even if the lawyers fail to ask. The audience that will be present will also have to ask those questions. So we are going to see through inconclusive, uncertain, whatever grammar or whatever word they like, let them use. The fact is that I so much believe in our human investigation, our real human investigation, not a laboratory test that was taken away to where we cannot have a witness and we cannot even trust the machine or even trust the samples that were taken if it is the real samples because the man said they could have taken the blood as well, but because it was over 24 hours or 48 hours, they could not go with the blood. And it is this blood test that will let us know that the samples taken were for a particular patient that is being that the test is being run for. So they just come with a result without linking it to a blood result for us to affirm that is the person. We don't even know when the sample was shipped. They didn't affirm to us which lab it was done. We didn't know when they collected the result. We don't know a lot of questions. And that is why I so much enjoyed the interview of Baba Mohbad this morning when he said the investigation is just starting. Quite well, it's just starting. A lot of things, a lot of situations, a lot of secrets will be unraveled. And let's sit back, and we shouldn't be in haste. If what is going to
Mr.
take
Guretti, sorry, Mr. Guretti,
Yeah.
sorry for interjecting. Please, let me get this very, very, very clear. When they took the samples to USA, they didn't go with Mohbad blood to know if that is Mohbad specimen. If I'm right?
Yes,
Sorry,
that's what he
Queen of
said.
Energy. No, sorry, Grace, please. I'm very apologies for Vite. Don't say that nonsense. I only corrected you. Don't say I didn't. I say I'm correcting you on what you are saying. I need to
Who is
correct
that
that.
you're talking to, Olaide?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that Vite or whatever she is.
Oh.
I never spoke
Hello,
about
can I?
I was
Hello,
telling you
you don't
that
need to
you
respond
were saying
to.
something, and we need to correct that. Let's not be pushing some narrative.
It doesn't matter.
You
It
can't just
doesn't
come
matter.
here and be
Anybody that wants to
saying
speak can
things that will
speak.
happen. I need to correct what you are saying.
Leave every.
How will the
Hello.
pathologist come to the inquest when he's not a testifier? Is it TikTok? Do you think cut is a TikTok?
Hello.
Nonsense.
So as I was saying, it's true,
Please
my
just
sister.
clarify that part,
Yeah, it's
Mr.
true, my
Guretti. Yes.
sister. You are right, and as exactly what I said, that they said if they were going to take the blood
Voila.
sample, it would have been after 24 and at most, because they said in the laboratory test, for them to have a blood test, they must take the test of a disease within 12 hours. And if they can't take it within 12 hours, 24 hours at maximum. according to the study, and if at all they must try to have some possibilities of getting results from whatever, it must not exceed 48 hours. And the exhumation took place after 9 days. So they could not take the blood sample of Mohbad because they cannot get any result or any match because the blood cells will have died. So they said so. That gave us a very big concern to question a lot of things and the situation concerning the result and the test that was carried out. And from what we know and from the level of technology in this modern age, a body does not mean to be fresh before toxicology can reveal the cause of death, no matter what. We have seen they did autopsy and toxicology test for this Adedoyin victim, for Timothy. Timothy body was decaying. They even chopped that body. They chopped the body. They disembalmed the body. So the body was not together, and they were able to run the autopsy and run the toxicology test to arrive at the cause of death. How come Mohbad could not give us how Mohbad died and what killed Mohbad? It's going to be an interesting case, and I can assure you that Mohbad's situation and Mohbad case will change a lot of things in Nigerian legal system. It's going into the law record of Nigerian constitution, because this is becoming a mystery and a riddle that all hands must be on deck for us to solve it and for us to get the right thing. So let me just chill and at least hold on 2 minutes. I want to.
Sorry, hello, Mr. Goreski. Please, I just want to say something. I wanted to ask him. I just wanted to ask Mr. Goreski that what if, because everybody keeps saying a stiff neck. No one saw the neck stiff. It was the story that was shared trying to frame Baba Mohbad that he was one that broke the neck in the casket. The toxicology came out saying the neck wasn't broken. And I still said it the other time. I said, what if there was a stab there? They turned the neck, because then the body wasn't stiff then. Because when you embalm, it won't be that stiff. You understand? So they might have, turned the neck. Just normal rest of neck. You all can rest your head to that side, and you see it's still the same posture Mohbad had. Not that it was broken, but there was a way they bent his head, because now he's lifeless. He cannot control his head to say, oh, no, don't put me this way.
No, Nell, I would disagree with you. That neck was not like just a tall neck. No. That neck was not like when you said, let me just turn my neck. Like that neck was, it was broke. That's what I'm saying. What you're trying to explain.
Can you bend your head to your shoulder?
Yes, I can bend my head like this, but that's not the same with Mohbad's own. Mohbad's own, you can see it. You can know that it was forcefully bent. Watch the picture well.
You wait.
That was not broke. That was not something like you just say this neck was just maybe they just bend it like that. No.
There's a way. See, my darling, when you're sleeping, the scientists say something. When you're sleeping, you're half gone. When you bend, you find yourself, sometimes some people be like, how did you sleep like this? Things you cannot do when you're awake. You find yourself being so skillful. And I'm saying this person is gone. What if? It's a question. What if truly the neck wasn't broken? This was just a frame to nail Baba Mohbad. Because if Baba Mohbad was already ambushed and killed, like, the jungle justice was done on him, Sam Larry and Naira Marley, we would not be here analyzing this. Everybody would say, yes, justice has been served. But this man said he never touched it. But you're now countering the pathology saying that the neck wasn't broken. But I keep asking, what if there was a stab and they bent the head to cover? Because when people are at the casket, when somebody dies, I gave you an example earlier on. I said, when someone dies at the burial site, people always ask you, they always want to see the person just to pay the last respect. You understand? What if is the question. So we shouldn't just be channeling to just one particular narrative. You get me? That's how things are being solved. What if it was the stab and they just, turned the head to the side to cover where it's stabbed? Because everybody will want to see what killed. They'll be like, kilo shele, last time, for the last time. And when you're looking at the corpse, you say, yeah, sorry, but at that moment, you're emotional. But if the head was straight, a blood can still be coming out and someone will say, kilo fabi by. You understand me? The pathology result says it wasn't broken. That is a narrative. And the same narrative they gave was that Mohbad window, because something crossed my mind now, Mohbad's window was broken. Definitely there was blood in the car. That same blood could have been the time when they carried him from inside the house, from that picture I showed earlier, maybe trying to save him or whatever. They took him inside the car. So for them to say, oh, there's a blood inside the car, it is actually from when they were trying to move him to the hospital. Because inside that same picture that was being analyzed, or the video that was being analyzed, there was the blood. You understand? Then I'm even going to give you another thing that crossed my mind before I even forget. Was the Karimo's part, when she was saying they tried beating Wunmi at Ikorodu. How? Who were those that wanted to beat her? Looking at the video, I checked the video, I don't see anybody trying to beat her. Rather, they were protecting her and moving her to the graveside because of crowd. Oh, yawolele, oh, everybody will give space. There was no beating. And that's why I felt that Karimo, before I was like, oh, Karimo, I think she's being honest and trying to, help. But in a way, she has tried to cover up the reason why people are asking that why does Wunmi have a punctured face? Why was her face swollen? It means there was a fight. Do you understand me? Please, let's just stop hammering it. Neck was broken. If they can counter you that she didn't do it, yes, nobody can say she did it, but you need to follow the old signs, pinpoint. The question is, you claim it died on Tuesday. A show was on Sunday, right? Meaning a whole 24 hours, there was safety. Meaning on Tuesday, you guys had a fight. What happened on Tuesday? What brought about the fight? So let's stop dragging what happened, from... Who's recording me? You're tired. Anyway, so let's stop, going back to what happened on Sunday. But let's deal with what happened 24 hours. Or we should say in less than 48 hours, which is from Monday, Tuesday. Because it could be that body self might have, the guy might have died on Monday. They embalmed him till whatever to create drama. That video, they would have had it since. Then involved the father on Tuesday. Then at the time they even involved the father was late time that they involved the father. Then they buried on Wednesday. So many things. But then let's face reality. Let's, if the government are truly in, and those who are even the Wunmi supporters are really in for the justice, then you will say, okay, yes, who killed this person? Nobody has said, okay, me, I'm not the one that is saying this person. You can come in and say, oh, but these are the points I'm saying. Facing the house, the people with him. And the video stating that the people even came out at the end. I think during their testimony, they said Wunmi was on the front. Wunmi even testified she was in the front of that car while they were going to the hospital. But when the video first came out, she didn't come out to say she was there. Why are you lying? Why are you protecting yourself? Those are things that I feel if we are reopening this chapter, according to Baba Mohbad today, because I had goosebumps when it was like he hasn't given up and everything, and people are trying to bully him to give up. He hasn't given up, because I even commented on one of these people's posts saying if they bury him, it means that's the end of the justice and that's the end of the case. Because what if they need to go further? It means you will exhume him again to take samples. So he can't be buried now till everything is settled. Then they bury him. So hearing Baba Mohbad say it today, I was like, oh, that's good. So people should use all those evidence. If they really want the justice, use the evidence and everybody start again. With Baba Mohbad has agreed that we are about entering part 2. Season 1 just finished. This is season 2, which I agree. So that's what I'm saying. Let us just try to think outside the box. Baba Mohbad wasn't the one. Yeah, it's been cleared. So it's possible that the neck wasn't broken. It wasn't stiff when it was bent. It might have been bent before they put him in the casket. And maybe that was why they chose to buy what they call this stuff, a small casket, because they've already bent his head and measured him maybe with tape rule and took it there and said, oh, at bend ori at tape rule, and you put him in there and stuck him by force. So let's just think outside the box. It's just what I'm saying. Thank you.
Well, it's very good, and you are completely right. I listen to, you see, out of our nonsense that we say, that we all make a lot of senses from what we say. I listen to this sister, this woman, Kemi Olunloyo. He said a lot of things in our own line of thought, and from the investigation she said she has carried out, he said Mohbad was stabbed in the leg. That's what she said. That while he was going upstairs, something happened. But that was according to Kemi Olunloyo. You see, a lot of all these things shouldn't be allowed to slip off the investigation. I wish Nigeria can suspend this, as in we can do away with certain things and invite experts, foreign investigators, foreign organizations to take over this matter. Let those who were present in the house and all those who have bullied Mohbad, including those who met him in his last 72 hours, be taken, not being detained, be taken into separate rooms. They can give them everything they want. As in, engage them one after the other, engage them separately. Let them give narration of what they know concerning the death of Mohbad. I'm sure we should, all these we are rigmaroling and all this back and forth will have arrived to a decisive conclusion. It's really very sad. So sad that we know the pathway to justice, and we are neglecting it. I don't know what Nigerian government is doing. I don't know what our police, what Nigerian police are up to. It's really very saddening. Very, very saddening. I personally, I may not say this is the particular person that killed Mohbad, but at least for Mohbad to have died in the house, everyone in the house has or will have one thing or the other to say. I don't know why we lack conscience, we lack dignity, we lack reputation in this country. If this case goes on and at the end of the day the cause of death is remain uncertain, I want to say that Nigeria will become a pound of insult and a pound of ping pong that they will just be tossing with us, because common homicide case, somebody die in a house, not in a stadium where you have over 500,000 or where you have over 50,000 people, in a house of where less than 20 people were present and were able to, with toxicology, autopsy. It's a big shame to Nigeria, to destructure the system, even the government. It's a very big shame that it gives me a very, I don't know. I will never regret of being in Nigeria, but at least I feel insulted sometimes being in Nigeria. I feel insulted. Common homicide case that somebody died in the house where less than 20 people were in, and were unable to reveal with like 8 months of autopsy, toxicology, all this inquest, blah 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 blah, and we are still where we were 8 months ago. It's like we've not, the system hasn't done anything.
Grexy, are we still going to Brekete, because he said after the toxicology result is read?
Yeah, we will. We are waiting for Brekete to blow the whistle. We are raising the flag. We just want him to blow the whistle.
Because
Don't worry.
he needs to. I don't know if he can be given the lowdown of what they said in court before the legal gets
Everything,
result, and we cannot say it on air.
I'm sure Berekete will be abreast with every development. He will be abreast with every development, now or later. That's not a problem, but at least we need to, there is need for us to cry out. There is need for us to cry out to the world, not only to people in Lagos or Nigerians, to the world. We need to cry out. We need to cry out, because if care is not taken, Mohbad will die in vain. But no matter what is going to cost us, let us be prepared that Mohbad's death will never go in vain. That it's quite unfortunate that the wife was quick to go and write and said, it's the father-in-law that is whatever. And I like one thing Baba said. Baba said, nobody should address her with my name, Aloba.
Simple.
And let us take note of that, so that we don't bring the cause of a mourning father onto
our wife.
Mr. Gurexi, can I say something, please?
Okay, ma, I'm with you.
No vex. When we are going to talk to Berekete and even the San people, I think if Berekete has opportunity speaking with Wunmi, can they ask her why, after coming out crying that, they've killed a nigger and all that, and people were already screaming for justice. You understand? Same September, she planned on jackpotting. Why? Who does that? If your hand is cool.
You see, when
when
Baba went to Berekete that
when
time,
it's a death case.
when Baba went to Berekete that time, it could have been a very good advantage for her to clear her name. Berekete said, look, as you are seeing me, I am not supporting anybody. All I'm interested in is justice. If by tomorrow I see that this Baba has a hand in the death of his son, I am going to pursue him and run after him and let him face the wrath of law. And he further said that if Mama Mohbad wife, or anybody comes in to come and say their side of story, they are all welcome. I'm sure we could all remember that statement that the man made, that they are all welcome. He was expecting them, either Mohbad or whatever, to come to the studio, come and say your own story. Let us question you. Let us ask you questions. Come and give us the narrative. But unfortunately, they couldn't utilize the opportunity. So, but they keep on jumping from one place to another. And concerning the traveling that was exposed by her sister, well, it's really worrisome that you claim to someone who claims to love her husband or to be married to someone. The husband died. He has not been buried, and you were rushing out of the country, trying to evade justice. It's really very sad. It's really very sad. And there are a lot of things we might want to say, but we won't say it because of because it's social media. Let's just keep our hope alive and be rest assured, as Baba Mohbad has said, that the fight and the battle is just starting. It's not a battle with anybody, but a battle for justice. Battle for justice is just starting, and we are not going to give up. We're not going to relent. As time goes on, we will see as events unfold. But one thing I would like to beg every one of us is that let us work as a team. Don't let us create division or create a kind of segregation within ourselves. Let's work together. Let's be present in different platforms without any constraint. It's not that I can't go to this platform, I can't go to that platform. Any platform that we can speak out our mind, and they're happy with the truth. As Jesus Christ told his disciples, that go into the world, preach the gospel. He told them, anywhere you get to, just tell them peace be unto you. And wherever they don't allow you in, or where they don't give you peace, dust your sandal and go away from there. So anywhere that the truth that we want to say is not welcome, is not compulsory, we can turn back and move to another platform. But for those of us who believe in justice, who want the truth the real truth concerning the death of Mohbad, let us be magnanimous to share our opinions, to share our thoughts within ourselves. There is no class, there is no groups, there is nobody is superior, nobody, there is no position, no office for anybody. I am one of the least person in the justice for Mohbad, but by virtue of grace, I can say one thing or the other. But at least, let's just be one and keep ourselves together. Thank you very much. As I take a
Yeah, thank you, Grexy. Yeah. Thank you, Grexy, again for the submission on it. And as I was saying earlier when Baba finished speaking with Bukky Jesse, it's quite pertinent that we need to continue to intensify our efforts in getting justice for Mohbad, and we just need to be focused, For me as a person, I actually don't care what people are saying on the other camp. We should just focus on our own self. We know who is fighting for justice for Mohbad. We know the people that are actually talking about just strictly justice for Mohbad, not anything else. You get, and because we are so passionate about this, and people want to use that, against some of us, that because some people say we don't want this, we want this, we don't want that. But what we want is the Nigerian police. Because for me as a person, I've been trying to call out the Nigerian police most of the time. And even when I try to post it on X, I try to tag Benjamin Dane. Again, it's quite ridiculous that Wunmi went on Sahara Reporters posting that. You are posting such, and you can't question the toxicology report, because that's the first thing you need to do. You need to question it, that it took you 7-8 months, and you are giving me this kind of result. And again, we are suspicious of the result, which Wahab Shittu made it known to the press that it's suspicious, and we need to read it ourselves. And when we digest it and read it very well, with the help of our medical team as well, so we can know what we're going to do next, because it's quite ridiculous that Wunmi is on the blame game train. Blame game when the Nigerian police, first of all, failed Mohbad. Police force PRO is the Muyiwa Adejobi, when Mohbad died, was saying they were going to investigate why the petition was not treated. Again, you need to also investigate why the police report was not given to Baba after, because you brought a dead person to your house and to your station, and you told them to take it back home without doing proper investigation on that. And people begin to feel like, was this like it looks like maybe Baba Mohbad Makotonso, because if you wake him up tomorrow again, he's going to say the same thing. But when you woke Abosede, when you wake up Abosede, she will tell you different thing entirely. You wake up Wunmi, she's giving you a different narrative, and that narrative should not fly. It will continue to fly. Yeah, it will continue to fly, because we are trying to reason, because people are saying, oh, she's 24 at that time. That 24 manipulation, she was using it on some people. To start with. And that's why we are standing firm here by saying what happened to Mohbad. Now, what's her name? Nehimoliziwo was talking about the bleeding the other time. If indeed he bled till Tuesday, what happened on Monday? Because on Monday, Lifestyle said he saw him, right, and also spending. Was he still bleeding at that time? Like, was he bleeding profusely, as Idowu stated in the report? There was no profuse bleeding from the show. The profuse bleeding definitely, most likely, happened on Tuesday before he died, as though they said, because some have argued that he died on Monday. But we just need to move forward. And moving forward is for you to the solution now. And we've been talking about the private toxicology, private autopsy, and also the private investigator and also forensic is very, very important, because people have lied about not knowing about, because look at Darusha now. I'm very sure, see, you bought the casket from your own account, from your own money, or from the money that was given to you by Davido. That's it. The case is too clear. It was Davido, representative, that gave you the money. The money was not sent to Baba Mohbad. So definitely, if that money was sent to your account, you are the one that will procure the casket. The only time you said you gave the money to Baba Mohbad was after you've done your arrangement, and they needed to fence the house, sorry, the building or the location where Mohbad was buried. At this point in time, the Nigerian police again, someone said something like that. Okay, what are you going to do? You go to Davido. You ask Davido, who did he give the money to? I give the money to this person. Definitely, that person bought the casket. That person did the bending of the neck. So it's like we're just saying this. We are just repeating the same thing all over again. We are saying what we've been saying for the past 8 months, because the Nigerian police don't know what to do the needful. But let's just continue, because according to what they said, this is season 1 has just gone. Season 2 like everyone seen. We continue to push for them to do the right thing. They don't want to do the right thing, but I still believe the court is my hope all this while. I know some people might say, "Oh, court don't think about them" or something like. I still want to, because we have someone that can face the judge. Not that you are going to abuse the judge or try to, because they will see that the content, there's a what they call it in court. You can't just say some things against the judge in the court of law, but you make an argument constructively, beyond reasonable doubt, that this thing happened in the house. No cursing in the court, no foul language being used in the court. But again, I want to believe Barrister Shittu was not happy with the toxicology, how it was read from his body language, and he said no reaction. We should not make a public reaction for now until they digest the result, and then they try to cross-examine the pathologists that came to read integrated science to us. Because for me, that's integrated science, and you can't just read something. There's no way someone would die and you won't tell me this is what killed the person. It's not possible. And I begin to wonder, is that toxicology or even autopsy? It's not even clear to me, because it must state when and how he died. It's not stated. So he just came to come and read that. And going forward, let us stick on this justice, please. There's no need for anybody that comes for me. I should wait for no time. I've invested so much on this. Invested my time. So nobody can come on any platform and talk down on me. I'll curse you back. That's just it. That's it is for me. I don't know any other person. I've been trying to be friendly on this justice, but I only want to come for the anti-Wunmi people. Definitely, you come for me, I come for you, and let's just stick on justice for Mohbad. No personal attack will be tolerated going forward. For this, Baba Mohbad said, "Can say Baba Mohbad venom." Right now, we are passionate. Right now, we are like venom. You come, you give to you. So. And we want to thank Bukky Jesse again. I like the caption there. Bukky, the Iron Lady. She has done well, and she has been consistent on this justice. She really needs justice. She's so passionate about it, and and also all the hosts, the commentators, the panelists. We've done so well. This is not the time to back out. So many people have said they are backing now, they don't want to come back again, it's tiring, it's draining. Yes, even likewise me, I felt like, man, let me just take a break. Let me take a breather. But again, sometimes you just feel, you wake up and you feel, man, I need to come back to this thing again, because you feel like that we are cheating Mohbad, or we are cheating the Aloba family. That's what it looks like, if you don't say anything about it. And again, the Nigerian, I need to address something. The Nigerian media, shame on all of you. The mainstream media, Arise TV, Channels TV, you guys are yet to go to the inquest this year. You didn't go at all, but you're reporting the toxicology report. You're putting your headline. Foolish media people. No investigation from any of the Nigerian media. None. But they are reporting because they suit them. The toxicology report, I was just seeing them posting it on their X. Toxicology could not ascertain. It's very sweet for them to say. You can see when I was looking at the pressmen that were asking Wahab Shittu question. No AIT, no channels, no Arise TV, no TVC. The top media houses, they're not interested in this case anymore. This is a high-profile case. They're not saying anything about it. Should we be paying the people to be coming to the inquest? We should not. And this is the reason why Wunmi will be going to bloggers. Foolish Sahara reporters should be going there and be lying there. Because the mainstream media, the main media houses are not saying anything about it. They left, no disrespect to bloggers, they left it to bloggers alone. And it's not supposed to be so. We call the media the fourth estate of the realm. They are the ones check balancing the executive, judiciary, and the legislature. They are the one. Have they done that on this case? No. They need to do better. Because whenever I try to post something on X, I always try to tag them, but they seem not to be interested. They're not interested. But they were so quickly to report the toxicology reports. It's not good. They need to do better. But when we learn, we'll continue to seek for justice for Mohbad. It's a marathon. It's draining. It's painful. They are still here. And kudos to everyone. The host, the panelists, the commentators. You've done so well. And continue.
Sorry, well said though. I just wanted to state something.